We are on day 4 of a 6-night Caribbean cruise on Royal Caribbean. So we figured now that we got our sea legs a little bit, it's as good a time as any to do a little ship tour. We're actually on the Odyssey of the Seas, which is, I think it's still the newest Royal Caribbean ship. Is that right?
If it's not, it's very close.
If it's not, it's in the running. We're gonna start, I think we're gonna start from bottom and work our way to the top. We're on deck 3. Deck 2, so there's a gangway. That's where you get off anytime you're going into port. Deck 2 is for if you need the medical facilities. We haven't really explored deck 3 too much, to be honest with you, so we're kind of learning this floor as we go, but let's take a look. So on floor 3, there's a main dining room. We're actually gonna take a look at the main dining room probably on 4 because that's where our dining room is. But there's also the casino and the music hall. The music hall is right behind me. Time for a cocktail.
They often have games in there. Right now, we're playing bingo. Well, we're not playing bingo, they're playing bingo. We're going on a ship tour. So, but next, speaking of games, is the Casino Royale. So if you'll walk this way, we'll show you how to game.
What'd you do?
It didn't work. This is literally why I don't play casino games. It's so stupid. Well, that concludes our gambling experience. Now we're gonna go up to deck 4. Here we are at the Royal Esplanade. It's the shops area on 4 and 5. Boleros is the name of the restaurant. They have live music each night. It's kind of quiet right now. We can go and show you some of the tables though, I guess. I don't think the bar is open at the moment. But there's a lot of dancing. They're learning how to dance, I think.
This little room behind me is guest services, so if there's anything that you need on your cruise, you can come here on deck 4, and here's where they should be able to answer just about any question. Also on deck 4, here we have the main dining room, so this is where we come for dinner every night. We have a table of, there are 6 of us, so your table size obviously depends on how many people in your party, or you may have some new people you meet. We love the dining experience here because not only is the food amazing, and it's okay to get 2 appetizers.
3 appetizers.
3 appetizers even if you want. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do that. The food's amazing, but the service is just, it's awesome. Like, especially if you have kids, they love kids here. Yeah, it's awesome. So, you know, when I see people at the buffet for dinner, I'm like, you're missing out because the main dining is really where it's at. Make sure you come at least one time.
Before we go, do me a favor.
What?
Can you lay down on the ground?
No.
Your shirt matches the...
Okay, now we have a few different places all kind of grouped together. We have a cafe, and we also have Sorrento's Pizzeria. If you are hungry and it's a little bit after like when some of the restaurants are closed, you can always come to one of these 2 places. They're open pretty late, so you can grab a slice of pizza. Now, I'll warn you, it's not Chicago style, so it's a little bit, you know, it's not quite up there, but for New York style, it's pretty good. You can also get some little snacky things like desserts and, you know, a coffee or whatever you want from the cafe right next to the pizza place. There's a Starbucks, but you have to pay extra for it, so keep that in mind. Even if you have like one of the beverage packages, the Starbucks is always going to be separate. We might as well go walk into the Crown and Compass bar while we're here. That's one of the ones that we like to hang out at night because it's pretty. There's lots of nice live music in there. But it's a rowdier one. Not really rowdy, but
Oh, it's rowdy.
it's loud. It gets loud.
Right. An Irishman did a little bit of Ed Sheeran, so
yeah, and Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
that was an interesting take. Each of these bars also has like their own little signature drinks that you can look at. So like the featured drinks here are the Boston Iced Tea Party. That has gin, Bacardi, vodka, triple sec, sweet and sour, topped with Coca-Cola. I love the pun, but that is not a drink for me, I'm sorry. And then you've got the classic old-fashioned, orange rind, and maraschino cherries, and Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Don't get that one. I had too many of those last night. I don't think they have anymore.
But you can also, like, they also have QR codes on all these menus, so you can just scan it. Now I will say, like, this is where I ordered a couple lemon drop martinis the other night, so just because it's not on this menu doesn't mean you can't order it. So keep that in mind. Also here on deck 4, we have the Royal Theatre. Check your app to see what the show of the night is. It sounds like they might have like a movie or something in there. I don't know, we can take a peek.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Alright, so sometimes they have movies in the day.
Okay, and here's the Diamond Club. We're not fancy enough to even know what that is.
Now if you ever feel lost when you're on the ship and you're trying to figure out where everything is, every floor right next to the elevators has like a listing of each floor and what's on it. So sometimes still, day 4, sometimes I still forget where our main dining room is, and I always have to look at this thing. But if you're ever forgetting, it's right here for you. Alright, ready guys? Oh my goodness.
That's...
Wow.
You look trashed.
I do. I have not had that many cocktails. What is wrong with me? Wow, that's not my best look.
This here has been our go-to. It's the Schooner Bar. Although Brittany keeps calling it the Schooner Bar, and it really drives me nuts. They have lots of games here. Name that tune, trivia. I don't think they've done bingo yet. We've played games here. There's just tables. The kids can chill. They like love the steering wheel thing. I don't know why, but you know, it's kind of great. I'm low on drink, so I want to get one, but I can't get it yet because there's a better bar that we're about to hit. So I'm excited to show you that one. So we're gonna just wait for a few minutes. Now for the piece de resistance, the Bionic Bar. Swipe your card. Enter your birth date on the most frustrating iPad on the planet. What am I getting? All right, what's the best signature?
Star.
The star of the show. What's the best?
The star, like
So the pure energy.
a sunshine or something.
Or the sunshine.
Almost.
Let's see what that is. Orange, peach. Okay, all right, that's got some potential to it. Pure energy, tonic, pink. Oh, that might have to be the winner. Let's go for it, huh?
Check out.
Let's do it.
And now we wait.
Made via robot. So I got some NRG, energy cocktail. I don't know why they call it that. It's like basically like, what is it? Grapefruit vodka and soda or tonic. So, you know, there's that. Or you can just choose to make your own, or you can get traditional cocktails, whatever you would like.
If you don't like any of the options that they have already like pre-made, you can totally make your own from scratch too. We're a little bit too nervous to do that, but you can put together any concoction that you want. And they also have, you can get kid-friendly ones here. So it's not just alcohol in them. You can also make like just little non-alcoholic cocktails for kids. We actually did that with
Olivia was sucking down Shirley Temples.
Sprite and grenadine the other day. So it's kind of fun to let the kids have a robot make their own little beverages too.
This is the sushi place. Apparently Brittany's just now telling me that we could have had an unlimited dining package that I was unaware of. So you have to either have that or pay extra for it. We're gonna take the outside walk to get to the cafe in the back of the boat, largely because we're not gonna book our other cruise and we're not buying any art, so we're just gonna take the nice breezy wavy view. That's gonna be fun. Now
we're at the cafe. This is the Cafe 270. We definitely frequent this place. I mean, one of the reasons is because our room is aft.
Look at you got a boating term correct.
Hit me, I'm learning. So we're just like straight up basically from this place, but it's awesome because they have like, well, they have full meals you can get here. Like, it's not sit down, like you go to a counter and order what you want, but they have sandwiches. You can get like, create your own salads here. They have little snacky like puddings and jellos, and then like a coffee shop with pastries, coffee beverages. You can do like your own Irish coffee if you want. That's a fun one. But we come here a lot actually. I got a Thai chicken noodle salad. Really, I just like these salads because I think the bowl is super cool. I kind of want this bowl to take home. Okay, so right next to the cafe, attached to it, they also have this great big seating area with all kinds of different tables. It's 2 floors, so there's plenty of seating in here. It's all the way aft, so you can see out the back of the ship. So it's a nice place just to like look out at the water. And then I believe they do like, I think some shows in here. We were in here when they did like a mystery game, so they do different games in here. You can look at the schedule, but it's another fun place to hang out. We bring the kids in here because it's huge, so they can like move around without really bothering people too much. I mean, they're still kids. It's kind of a nice little place because you've got the cafe, so you can easily get some food, but then just chill back here. So this concludes the Deck 5 tour.
Trying to see our table. It's that like little circle one.
Right behind that.
Right there.
So decks 6 through 13 are where we have staterooms. So if you want to see what like one of the rooms looks like, we're going to show you that, but we're going to do a full tour and another video. So stay tuned for that. Deck 14 is another one that we visit pretty often. This is the pool deck, but this is also where you'll find the buffet. So we always come here every morning, pretty much. It's closed right now, so I'll show you some visuals of what it looks like. But this is where you can come. You can have breakfast, lunch, dinner during set times. It's closed at certain periods of the day. Let's go outside the pool now. All right, so now that we're outside, there's a kids water park. They have 2 different water slides for kids, and then a few different like water features that they can splash. I think it's called Splash Away Bay. And then, so there's a separate water park for like baby age. You can only use the baby section if your kids are not potty trained. And this is the only place in the entire pool area that non-potty trained kids can go in. And then the other one with the slides and everything, your kids can go in as long as they're potty trained or older. And then right behind the water park is a separate pool area and a hot tub, along with the lime and coconut bar. That's like the outdoor pool bar where you can get your pina colada, your fancy little drinks, whatever you want. So that's where we usually go when we're hanging out outside. All right, if you want some lunch out by the pool, there is the Loco Fresh. They make amazing quesadillas. They also have tacos and burritos and nachos. And then there's like a whole little station where you can put your own toppings on. So this is open till 6. So it's not really a dinner option, but you can get your lunch here and it's delicious. I forgot to mention, all over the ship, you'll find like these beverage stations, complimentary of course, where you can get like water, which is important on these Caribbean cruises, as well as like a lot of them will have different juices. Sometimes they'll have coffee, but like this one has apple juice, iced tea, strawberry kiwi, and lemonade. And those juices are totally complimentary, so you don't have to worry about like your kids filling up time after time after time. If you need to cool off, there's also a little ice cream place on board. This is in between the 2 different pool areas, right next to the lime and coconut bar. They have like, it's pretty basic ice cream. They have vanilla, chocolate, and twist. Your kids probably will be here a lot. Fun fact, if you come to the ice cream place and it's closed and your kids are very disappointed, you can also go to the buffet and they have an even wider selection of ice cream. So I don't know if that's helpful or not because your kids are going to get the ice cream and the sugar, but second pool area, second hot tub, second bar. The only difference on this pool is that it has a large screen, and this is where they show like different movies. So during the day, but they also do like movies at nighttime too. Making your way forward on the ship, here's where you have the towel station. So you can, this is where you go to check out your towels. Now one thing to note here, if you fail to return your towel, you have to like check it in and out with your C-Pass. If you fail to return it, it's a pretty stiff penalty. I think it's like, what did you say it was, $25 a towel or something? Yeah. Don't forget to return your towel. Okay, now we're making our way into the Solaria. That's the adults only area. Kids can come in here and go to the bistro in here, but they can't go in the pools. This is like an adults only pool area. But it has a nice feel. It's like enclosed, but has an awesome view of the water. I feel it's kind of like a spa in here. I don't know. It's like, it's not overly hot, but it's nice. Air conditioned. Yeah, it's air conditioned. And there's another bar here, so if you want like the adults only time.
It's kind of like a greenhouse. We got some plants, we got the windows, the cool pool. I will say, if there's any movement in here, you will feel it.
There's some rowdiness happening. I think that it's rowdier than the kids area, if you want to know the truth. No, the pools here are really cool because they're like different levels. It's like, I don't know, it's just like a fun, it's not just your standard pool. I like it.
This lady's been here since we got on the boat.
You may have heard of the Orlando Traveler, but have you ever heard of the Odyssey lady? It's got bright. So if you walk upstairs from the main pool area, here's where you go to get on the North Star. Again, said this earlier, it's worth repeating. If you want to do that activity, make sure you make your reservations right away. There's also a bar up here, which I didn't know about.
So just now.
Looks nice. They have these little hot tubs on the upper section that have like glass sides to them, so those are pretty fun. Olivia was splashing around in there the other day. Also, when you go on the upper section, there's like all of these loungers. So if you want to be outside but not right next to the pool, you can come up here and there's like always an empty space. So especially if you can't find a seat on the ground floor because nobody likes people who play the chair game, you'll find a seat up here in this deck.
If for some reason you want to work out, here's a running track.
I think there's also a gym on board. I think that's the 16th floor, I think.
What I really want to know is who will know if they've run 8.76 laps.
Okay, on deck 15, that's where you have the spa. So if you want to get like a massage or, you know, a pedicure or something. And then here's where you also have the sports deck. So you have like the flow rider, the ripcord, the rock climbing, the sky pad, all of those adventurous type things. We've not done all of those, but I hear they're pretty fun and they look fun. So that's where you'd go to do that. And then we're gonna walk into the Seaplex. We've been spending a lot of time there in the evenings. That's the 15th and the 16th floor. So that's the last thing we're gonna take a look at. It's a pretty big area, so let's walk in. It's right over here.
we are terrible vloggers. Like, this is the second video in a row, I think, we've just not finished. I think in our defense on this one, we got a little bit distracted because the sports bar was closed, and then we had to figure something else out, and we just like never finished. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We showed you all the important bits, so I hope you found it useful. Make sure you do the whole like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But for now, good night.